just going to leave it like that now. Just me and you. And then I'll put it on you. Nobody wants to see me anyway.
They want to see me as a promise.
What's up, Fall River? Thank you for tuning in to the Fall River Experiment. I'm Johnny Lopes. I got my good friend Danny with me. This is going to be a fun one because I am really going to let loose and like feel so much more relaxed with you. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a funny time.
That's right.
Danny, give him a little intro, and then you already know I'm going to put the cool videos of you and the boys on there. Go ahead, let them know.
So, Danny Botelho, I am known as Dan Go on SmackTalk. It's a wrestling podcast that we like to just promote all things wrestling. We bring out rumor mills. We bring out our podcast. We bring out our pay-per-view predictions and everything. Every time, somebody always gets a chop with the team. We've actually had Johnny on the show before. We look forward to having him come back.
That was a good one.
And we just literally, all we do is talk wrestling.
And they bring out the kid in me, too.
Absolutely.
I love commenting on the live streams. I love talking to you guys on there. I don't know how you like to go live. Like, I could never do this live.
Oh, it's so much fun, though.
I know. But yeah, and I think I've talked to you about this before. Like, have you ever thought about, just recording, editing?
Yeah, when we first started, we edited a couple of videos. Those are thrown up on YouTube. But we just wanted to get more people involved. So when we went live, and we're learning, like, every day. So people were starting to, give us their predictions. And then it was like, you know what? Let's throw a poll out there. And then instead of, like, going through everybody's predictions, we'll just go with the mass poll there. So it's actually a lot of fun because a lot of people will comment about things that we didn't even think about. And then they'll be like, well, this happened. And I'm like, learn, let's go. There's another thing I can talk about.
I totally get it. About the learning every day, like something new every time. Like I with the little, now I got the little highlight of the YouTube in the back, and, I try to put up new posters and stuff like that. So, yeah, I do learn every single day. And not just learn every day, but before I even started this, Danny and his boys are one of the big, like, motivations of me doing that. Going on that show, and, like, just your feedback and your reaction, you telling me, like, yo, we got so many views and, like, so many, like, people watching. I'm like, dude, like, I should think, I've always wanted to be like Joe Rogan. I should think about doing it, but a whole, I want to do it like a Joe Rogan way. Right. Like, I want to record, I want to edit, I want to do the split screen where I could just press buttons and, like, and change the cameras up, man. So, yeah, I got to obviously thank you for that.
Yeah, man.
Like, I always try to thank you guys as much as I can, and whenever I get a chance to, but all you guys, not just you, obviously, Maddie, Brian, Timo.
Nice.
I was thinking about that too. I'm like, dude, me and Timo should do a nice live little grappling match. Tim's a great grappler. I don't know if you know that.
I've heard things, but I never actually watched him grapple.
He's a great grappler. He really, really is.
He tried to get me into pro fitness every once in a while, but I just don't like moving.
you want to talk gym talk? I'm telling you, like, those are my favorite grapplers over there. Jared Roy's over there, which is he's got to be one of the most, like, high IQ MMA guys I've ever, like, rolled around with. And other than Jared and a select few down at Pro Fitness, like, if you're gonna grapple, you gotta go to Regiment. Hall of Fame wrestler Daniel Page. Yeah. He was all. Like, I was unfortunately not on the team with him. I don't know if he was just out of my age range and he was doing his college thing, but I didn't get to, like, train with him.
That would have been
like.
Sick.
And I sometimes I went, like, probably like a year ago to train with Dan, and he just beat the crap out of me, stretched the shit out of me. Like, oh man, yeah, the whole throw up thing, and not a lot of places make me throw up. Daniel Page did it. You ever think about doing that? Like, going into, like, not like grappling, like shoot grappling and stuff like that. But, if you guys don't know what shoot is, in wrestling lingo, that's more stiff. Which is they're being more real on that. They're really trying to, hit you with big shots and, go with the big screw job, if you would.
Yeah.
Like, in most situations, if you know what I mean, that would be a screw job.
Yeah, for sure.
if somebody shoots on you. But you ever, like, think about going into training for, like, professional wrestling?
I thought about it for a while, and there was always, like, you always hit me up like, yo, they're throwing it at the PAL, go down there. I'm like, you know what? At the very least, I'll just bring a camera with me and just record, like, if I can make day one.
Well, each of you guys could be a broadcaster. Like, if they don't, like, do training just for wrestling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, they could hook you up with broadcasting jobs and all that stuff too. From what I understand, they do it all. They do, refereeing, broadcasting, and wrestling at one of the schools. My buddy Albert was coming next week. He actually trains with the Brick House Academy, I believe it's called.
Around here?
Yeah, it's Brick House Wrestling. I believe it's somewhere outside of Fall River. He's gonna come by next week and you'll get more info on that. But he still trains. He used to actually wrestle around PAL too. He's a fighter, so he's gonna be a perfect guy to have.
Absolutely, I'm gonna be tuning into that for sure.
Yeah, what's the next plans for the podcast now?
So we try to do the rumor mill every week, but
Got the wrestling shirts out. I just remember like, yeah, I put on my Bootio shirt.
damn
man.
right.
I jumped on that train right away. I was like, hell yeah, these guys are awesome. Because I heard they were supposed to be like a nation of domination. I heard they were supposed to be more like when they were coming out. Like I was reading articles like, oh, is there a new nation of domination for, like coming? And then it showed like Big E, Kofi, and Xavier. And when this was young Xavier,
Yeah.
Afro Xavier, wearing like straight tuxes though, almost Malcolm X style.
Yeah.
And then they must have scrapped that idea. Like that's not, and I'm not gonna forget. That's images. That's in my head that they were gonna do like a Malcolm X, Nation of Domination style,
which would have been incredible.
Which would have been cool.
This is good now, though.
I love
that it's still lasting this long. I thought like the flame was gonna fizzle out like maybe a year and a half ago, but they keep bringing in new stuff, and I don't know. I just into it. And when I actually walked into the studio here, you opened the door, and I looked at that show. I was like, oh man, this is it. This is all I wanted.
I try to get into it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that for every guest and try to wear some sort of theme t-shirt.
For sure.
Oh, where was I going with this now? I'm gonna edit this part. But I forgot what I was gonna go and tell you now. Oh, AEW. How do you feel about it?
Bro, the pipe bomb. AEW, in my opinion, now if you ask anybody else on the SmackTalk team, might not think about it the same way I do. I think AEW is for real. They're definitely, they put their stamp on the wrestling industry, their first pay-per-view. And a lot of people keep comparing it like New Japan Pro Wrestling, things like that. We already have that, right? Well, we do. But this feels creative.
With AEW is, Kenny Omega and all those guys. I get that they're getting a nice cash grab, but they should have grabbed that cash grab with WWE.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I believe Matt Jackson's 30, Nick is 35, or other way around. Nick is 30, Matt's 35, one or the other.
Yeah.
All their contracts, I believe, are 4 or 5 year contracts. Same with Kenny. Kenny's up there too. I think he's like pushing like 39, 38.
I think he's in the 40s already.
So after 5 years, like just like that big WCW boom for the Monday Night Wars, like I don't really see AEW like after Kenny's gone, Jericho's gone. Paige will still be around. He's still young.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll sign Marty. Like I'm sure Marty will end up going after his ROH contract's done. But those guys, it's gonna end up fizzling into a TNA.
You think?
I don't know if it's gonna get to WCW Monday Night War, rating style. You know what I mean? Like I like Jungle Boy, I like Joey Janela, I like those guys. You know what I mean? But I see them all waiting for that
right.
deal. They're waiting for a WWE contract.
Yeah, 100%. Now the thing is, the owner of AEW, he actually for net worth he is worth more than Vince McMahon.
Is he a Viacom guy?
Yeah.
It's Viacom,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
He has the money to spend, and it looks like he's giving, the managers of AEW a little bit of free will to sign these players over.
Yeah, but Turner did that too.
But Turner did it with, this is the creative direction I want, and now we have NWO with 40 people in the group. And then that kind of that literally NWO was what made WCW what it was, and then it killed WCW in a way because they literally had 90 members and there was a roster of 100.
I think one thing that will help AEW is that one thing about wrestling is that they can never retire. Like, they can never get out of wrestling.
Right.
So even when they're done doing their flips and all their spots and stuff like that, I'm sure, like, they're still going to be involved and stuff like that. Why not? Their families are obviously used to them on the road and stuff like
right.
that, so it's not going to be anything different. And they do a lot, too, with vacation like that. You could tell as soon as they're not wrestling, they're with their family. I don't know if you follow a lot of them, but... Yeah, they're always with their kids and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, maybe I could be wrong. Like, you know what I mean? They could keep their creativeness after their contracts are up. I just look at that like they're getting up there in age. Like, you know what I mean? I always tell people all the time. I was having this conversation with Kasi yesterday that I think it's, like strange when, like somebody's like 35 years old and they want to be a rapper or something like that.
What do we do
you know what I mean? Costa's so supportive of it. Like, you know what I mean? He's really big on like, dude, you got to tell people to follow their dreams. And I'm just like, yeah, but like I'm like a realist. Like I live I live in the real world. Like, you know what I mean? Where I want to be honest, like with my friends and tell them like, why wouldn't you just put all that talent into a kid? Jermaine Dupri them.
Right.
Find a little kid,
right.
Ghost right for him. You know what I mean? And do that noise and manage him. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. From my understanding, managers make more than artists sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, That's where I was going with the whole, the age thing. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens with that. But with you and the broadcasting, you're a good-looking dude. See what I mean? So you can still take bumps. So you can still take bumps and do your broadcasting. You'd be perfect. You'd be the nice little, just like Corey Graves of AEW.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm actually upset you're wearing a hat right now. Like, you have great hair. I yell at Hugo for this all the time.
It doesn't move now, though. That's why I had to put a hat on it.
I yell at Hugo for this all the time. You guys got beautiful hair. What the hell are you doing wearing hats?
Hugo's rocking it, though.
Oh, he has the greatest hair.
He looks so good.
See, he works on his house. You know what I mean? He's got his hair
Flowing in the wind, dude.
Oh, he bought a beautiful house, too, up in
Really?
the Highlands. Yeah, man. We'll get happy for him. See what happens with them.
Yeah, for sure.
But me and Dan, another thing we're going to talk about is how far we go back, and we're going to get onto the best friend thing, too, in a second.
Oh, big time.
Because we go back pretty much, you were in 6th grade, I was in 7th grade,
Yep.
back in Cuss, and that's where you met your boyfriend.
Pretty much.
Corey
Started
Cabral.
from there.
How's he doing? How's he been?
Doing real well.
That's cool. What up, Corey? Miss you. I haven't seen him in a really long time. I don't really bump into him as much, and he's not on. I don't see him on the SmackTalk.
No, he tried to comment like last week, but that was
He
like
did.
the first time I seen him comment.
It's his girl's birthday. You gotta go see who's wishing my girl birthday.
Scrolling through the list.
Oh, hey, Corey's there. No shit. There you go. So that's where I met you in 7th grade. You still look the same. You just got facial hair, rosy red cheeks.
It took
all that
me
stuff.
till the 6th grade to grow this facial hair out, though. Like, if I shave this, it ain't coming back. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I definitely recall you hanging out with Corey.
Oh, big
at
time.
that time. Danny Central, I believe, was
Yeah.
part of the crew.
Skateboarding life, man.
Who else did you guys hang out with? And then I remember being in 8th grade. Man, middle school was fun. Went to Cuss. You actually ended up going into Diamond.
No, Durfee.
You went to Durfee?
Yeah. See how
Really?
memorable that was?
Holy
Zero
fucking
memory. I
smokes.
suck.
I really thought you went to Diamond.
Everybody else. Corey went.
Well, I remember Corey because Corey played ball over there.
Dave Mello went. Everybody. They all went.
I never knew you went to Durfee. So were you there for the bump threat?
Hell yeah, I was. Can I swear on this
Were
thing?
you there for the fire? A lot of people don't know that I actually pulled a fire alarm too the day before the bomb
And
threat.
then the bomb threat day was raining. I'll never forget it.
Yeah,
I had to go outside, and they were like, "Go back inside." I was like, "No."
It's a downpour. But the day before, I actually pulled a fire. I know D Roach is watching. He always says what's up after every episode and shares my stuff. So what up, D Roach? I'm gonna tell a funny story about you right now. So the day before, nobody else, not we, me. Called the bomb threat the day before I pulled a fire alarm, and this was almost the reason I called the bomb threat, if you would. One of the reasons, besides the whole wrestling thing, we pulled a fire alarm, and it was a beautiful day, but there was still snow on the ground, and perfect snowball snow. And I'm on the side of Derek Rocha, and this cat, this time, all-star baseball player at Durfee, throwing
Had a
gas,
gun.
bro. We're pretty much right where the parking lot, pretty much ends. So not the gate, but where the cars end, so you can start
The one
walking.
with the water tower.
No,
The
West
one on the
Main.
other side. Okay,
West Main.
alright.
So right where the part where you would pretty much get out your cars and start taking that walk onto the property. Derek is throwing snowballs from there to the door and tagging people. And it was the greatest thing of all time because nobody knew where it was coming from because he was so far away. But I'm in the middle and I'm just watching these things sail. Bang! Bang! And he was, the Daniel Day-Lewis of like playing, stupid. Like he would hit people and just,
You
just
just
look
in awe.
around and you can't tell it was him. The only reason you really wouldn't know it's him because you see a little bit of snow still like, coming down and you whip it and just. Oh man, so yeah, that was a good bomb threat fire alarm story that I did.
I remember waiting outside like, wow, this sucks. It's raining.
But my best friend,
Oh, here we go.
Matthew, the real, true best friends here. I actually met him in church. A lot of people don't know that.
I would have never guessed that. In my life.
I actually did not know Casa and
Wait, what
Durfee.
church?
St. Anthony's at Padua represent.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
He was
You were a year ahead of us. I believe you were a
Yeah.
year ahead of me and Casa, if I'm not mistaken. Because who'd you get? You got confirmed with Wesley, Joseph Voice, right?
Andrew Souza. Yeah.
I got confirmed with Andrew
I got
Souza.
confirmed with Andrew Souza.
And
We
Cosby?
got confirmed with yeah, we don't even know that. We go further back than we think, and that just happened now.
Dude, he was in my Durfee class and confirmation class, and yeah. Well, the thing is with Cosby, he totally went under the radar in Durfee too. For the record, the main reason, like, I don't remember a lot of like my friend, like, you know, guys I know now, like the good kids, because I was hanging out with bad kids when I was in Durfee. You know what I mean? And not only was I hanging out with bad kids, but I was leaving Durfee with bad kids. So I didn't really stay in school a lot. So it's not really you guys flew under the radar. I flew under the radar. Or was it? I wasn't even on the radar.
You were known.
I was well for the short time. Yeah, I guess I made a little bit of impact, like fighting. I had Ethan Gonzalo's scholarship dinner last year. I got to eat with Coogan, and he confirmed it. There was nobody with more like suspensions and ISS than me, and I love that. I think he said I was like top 5 of the most. Yeah, I was a bad kid, dude, and I was just a rebel too. I was a mischievous kid. I wasn't even like you know what I mean. I just rebelled against the world. Like I just hated everything. I hated teachers had to be really cool in order to like make me like them. Yeah. But back to the story. So I didn't really know Casa in Durfee. Met him in church, and the main reason I met him in church was because he was sitting with his cousin, and they were speaking video game lingo. Now, at this time, I was the self-proclaimed greatest Halo player of all time. And I hear these guys, and I hear them talking, and I actually thought that's what they were talking about. But they were talking about Navy SEALs, SOCOM. I was pretty upset about that. But because of confirmation, you know how it goes in confirmation, good Catholic boys will tell you, you really, it's life-changing. Like, you know, I got really close to like Casa and a lot of the people that were in my circle over there at confirmation, and that changed me a lot. That and juvie. Like, so when I do like that old, when I used to watch that old TV show on MTV when I was 17. That was my 17th year. Yep. 4 months of like church and confirmation, and then unfortunately after I got my confirmation, I went to juvie. Because there was a long court procedure after the whole bomb threat thing. So I actually, you know what I mean, went to church and all that stuff, and then changed my life and really found the light. And then we're gonna sentence you to. It was actually 4 to 8 months. Wow. But I was such a good kid. They let me out right on the 4th mark. Wow. So the day I was eligible to leave, they let me out.
Damn.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it was such a waste of time. The biggest waste of time of like ever. Like I guess it was like a little bit of discipline, and I guess like
be bored for 4 months basically.
It was the worst. I unfortunately some kid tried to kill himself too in my cell. Like, you know, we were just like, I wasn't in the cell. I was on the bathroom and came back. Kid was fucking hanging himself. You know, and luckily I called somebody over and we got him off of that. But like, you know, that's I shouldn't be around. I'm a good guy. Right. Like, you know what I mean? I don't belong here.
Right.
And then, funny story, I finally got out of juvie and everybody wanted to hang out. Everybody missed me. Everybody wanted to smoke. And I did smoke here and there when I was younger, like weed. But I didn't really I wasn't a fan of it, and I was always a broke kid, so I never had the money to pay for it anyway. But when I got out of juvie, everybody wanted to pay for me to smoke. So it was like a good year-long stretch of smoking with everybody. I took everybody else on their offer, you know what I mean? Like I smoked with everybody. Shout out to Stewie Lee and and Fitzy, you know what I mean? All these guys, and honestly that also changed my life because it showed me hey, here's your ADHD, here's your Ritalin, Johnny. Calm the fuck down, enjoy everything. And at this point, I already changed anyway. So it was just a perfect mix. And Edelman just walked by, you missed it. It was just a perfect mix of aligning of the stars, if you would. You know, it really changed my life, dude. It was awesome. And then MMA came hard into my life around that time.
I remember that. I remember you, because you would promote it a lot. You'd be like, come here.
Yeah, it was a whole nother world.
I'll be there tomorrow.
The first time I saw MMA, it was one of the coolest things ever. And obviously, I was boxing at Val's all the time. Yeah. And Val's actually closed when it actually closed when I was in juvie. So it was heartbreaking when I got out. I'm going over there, it's just closed doors, and you know what I mean, no way of, I didn't have a cell phone at the time or anything like that, so it was really, had no way of getting in contact with Val and stuff like that. It was heartbreaking. But luckily, Josh LaBerge was at Tim Gillette's already doing his thing.
Was that the first gym around here that popped up, Gillette?
I believe there was a lot
major, like big staple.
For martial arts, yeah. For mixed martial arts, I would say Gillette's. Oh, actually, Clinch MMA, which is Regiment now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Clinch was. I don't know exactly when they were open, when they were doing their thing, but Clinch was around when Gillette's was around. I wasn't going there though. I was going to Gillette's because that's where LeBurge was going and Jared Durst was going. So that's where I was going, and I met a lot of cool people there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I always took all my advice always came from Josh, because why not?
Yeah.
In my eyes, Josh is the pioneer, if you would, for Fall River MMA.
100%.
Like, you know what I mean?
100%.
Because, and I call him the pioneer because, dude, they're like the talent in Fall River right now is insane.
Incredible.
If anybody saw my last post about Jorgen, like I unfortunately never got to train with Jorgen. I've seen some great footage on him, and I hear nothing but great things about Jorgen. I believe he's gonna be a star. Like, you know what I mean, I can't wait to see him. Heavyweight division needs a guy like him, and it's gonna be great. You know, him being the first Cape Verdean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Mitch. I don't know if you know Mitch or heard about Mitch.
I heard of him. I can't think of what he looks like right now. But
Mitch Raposa is probably the white Demetrius Johnson, if you would, the white Mighty Mouse, and beautiful kid,
really
real good looking
guy.
kid.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm like,
he's got like I would say in a handful of fights it's gonna take for, you know, as long as he keeps on the right track. Normally for anybody around Massachusetts, you would have to probably win 9 of 10. You know what I mean? Just to get on, like, you know, like UFC's radar. I would give Mitch about 4 or 5 fights. Yeah, 4 or 5 fights. He's going to be all over the radar. He doesn't have a blemish on his record is understatement. Like, you know, like from what I've seen, kid's solid. He's got other buddies with him too. Aaron Hughes puts in a lot of work. That kid's a workhorse. Love watching him train, and he can't keep that kid down.
That's a familiar name.
Pat McCran, I want to say that's his Macran. He just fought for Bellator. Man, I want to get his name right. I actually sat down with him during one of Burge's weigh-ins. He was really cool. I got to meet him and his dad. Yeah, Regiment got some guys, bro. Regiment got some killers coming out of there, man. And then, of course, some cuss kid, Sean Rigo, is probably one of the great. Who would have thought Sean would be one of the. What's up, Sean? If you're watching, Sean came. What a breakout wrestler that kid ended up being. Didn't see that coming. He was always a cool kid.
Yeah,
and insane to see that happen. Oh man. Speaking of breakout, I told you a story about my viral Red Sox video, right?
Bro, that was the best and worst text message I've ever received in one day. I'm
going to tell the story to these guys now. So the Red Sox video that I posted, the origin of that, my buddy Khaled, I don't know if you remember Khaled, if you went to Durfee. My buddy Khaled actually sent me that. He was there with his brother, Green Monster Seeds. The day before, a different angle actually came out behind it, and it went semi-viral. Khaled, who's doing very fine, like, in life, he's living in Connecticut right now, works for Sony, all this noise.
Wow.
Actually sent it to me, and I got to give him the credit too. Sent it to me because he wanted to help with the podcast and wanted me to post it, but I don't know why I couldn't put it. I wanted to post it on the Forever Experiment, but it ended up coming out on my, I posted on Instagram first. But moral of the story, that video is at like 750,000 fucking views right now.
Fire.
When it reached about like, shout out to Scotty for reminding me to make it public before somebody, Scotty Maduris, before somebody snatched it off me. That was a big save. So yeah, they when it was about around like 50,000, when I say 60,000 views, Junk Media emailed me. I told you the story. You know, if you guys don't know who Junk Media is, they pretty much hold the rights for like Fail Army, a lot of the obviously videos you see on Ridiculousness and Tosh.0, all that stuff, and you know, sent me an email, said they want to do 50-50, wanted to give me 50-50 just like that. Sent the group chat to my boys, like told them what was going on. They all said negotiate, make it, ask for something higher. So then I went and hit up Scotty. I hit up all my internet buddies. I hit up my boys,
for
hit up Danny, and then hit up Scotty just to get advice and some feedback, what they think I should do. You and Scotty, I believe, were the ones that were just like, yo, just take that, take the 50-50. But my boys were telling me to go for more, especially Casa, because he right away was like, dude, that's going to get over 200,000 views. You should probably like ask for more. So I did. I asked for 70-30. We settled on 60-40. They sent it to the legal team. And because of MLB, which I boycott baseball for the rest of the year now for this, because of MLB, I will not be getting any credit or any revenue for that potentially 1 million view video. It's so heartbreaking.
That broke my heart when you text me back saying MLB owns all the rights of the park and anything that happens in the park. Damn.
I can't believe they did that to me. 750,000 views, I believe it's at right now. And
That's going to crack 1 million.
Yeah, but what it did do, though, is brought a lot of views to the podcast.
Yeah.
And a lot of eyes to, that. So that was cool. Excited for that. We made 15,000 views without that video. We don't need you, junk media. 15,000 views for the month of May.
Damn, that's incredible. Because
Yeah.
you're not really, like, when I'm looking at your FRE Experiment Facebook page and like, the social media about it, you're not really, like, putting out posts like
I want to.
check this out, check this out, check this out. And you're getting 15,000 views already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for me, when I post a video on SmackTalk, I have to literally, we'll get our views, but I always, like, I have to share it in groups and things. Because, believe it or not everybody wants wrestling, so, like.
But they do, though. Like, you'd be surprised, like, how many people would watch more. Like, I hope a lot of your, wrestling, demographic watches this.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I'm hoping for it.
We're gonna-
Like, shout out to, just let you know, you guys that watch it, I watch it every single podcast, every single People's podcast, I watch it all the time. Am I right? You see, I don't just go, I comment
Not
on
just
it,
the
I
views.
get involved.
Yeah.
I comment your hair and Timmy's beautifulness, and always say up to the Aggies all the time.
Always.
I love watching it because exactly that, because it really does bring out the kid in me. Like I love talking about wrestling. Like it's not like.
Yeah,
like
I
it's,
feel like
it's the
people
coolest
are
thing.
scared to like talk
I
wrestling.
don't know. It's funny. It's just like it's no different than Love and Hip Hop. Or
Right.
Game of Thrones, or whatever the fuck show that you're watching is. Like, you know what I mean?
It's
It
such
really
a bad,
is.
like, you still watch wrestling? Yeah.
Like I've always
love
known
it.
as a kid, like the outcome, the ending is predetermined. Okay, like I know this, we know this. It's good. Like just to let you know, the outcome of Game of Thrones is predetermined.
Written down.
That they're not just acting it out to see who's gonna win that fucking castle, bro. They're not freestyling with dragons.
There you go.
No, they don't got great. Like, look at that. We got this great shot of this dragon doing its thing that we're not telling it to do. It's not true. It's all scripted. But wrestling obviously is something. I think what it is too is the history in it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, we're part of the history.
Right.
You know what I mean? Of all that stuff back in the day.
Right. We were in part of the best time to be a fan growing up, and then the reason why we started this podcast was because we knew how great it was, and we know what's happening now, and there's hit and misses every week. So we like to just think of, oh, if we were in creative, like we would totally make it this way, and this is how. And we just like the way. I think it's definitely 100% a wrestling podcast, obviously, but I think it's more of a. We want people to get creative, right? We want everybody to talk on the comments and how would you do this way. It just makes it way more fun, and you get more invested in it.
I also watch a lot of like What Culture,
Yeah.
WrestleMania, which is probably the best play on words for a wrestling
Yeah,
YouTube
serious.
channel of all time.
Serious.
But you guys are different. You guys do your live thing. Like they don't really do that. They do the lists. They
Yeah.
do their ups and downs, which I like. And you guys should end up starting a SmackTalk wrestling company. See what's going on with
Man,
that.
I hope that's part of the plan, man.
But from what I understand, though, WWE doesn't even they don't like What Culture. They don't
No.
respect those guys, which is pretty sad because of
Yeah.
what they're doing for the business.
They
and
really
stuff
are.
like
Like,
that.
think about like having a company where you get free publicity for every podcast or every stream ever. Like, they were talking about wrestling, but people are gonna eat whether you like What Culture. Millions of people watch that show.
A lot, yeah.
Right. They want to know why they're talking about it, so they're gonna watch next week to see what's going on. So they just got maybe 100,000 viewers for Monday Night Raw because of the podcast. So like, they can't hate the podcast culture.
One thing I noticed too that they kind of have is like characterization, and I feel like that's one thing you guys are all building right now. Like being as far as you guys going along, like. Obviously, you guys are all coming out more and more, especially Brian and Matt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's almost just like that. Like, it's going to get to that point where people that don't know you guys, people that ain't from Fall River, are going to pick their favorite person.
Right,
like,
right.
oh, I'm a fan of Danny. I'm a fan of Matty Savage, all that stuff.
Right.
Like, it's going to be that's going to be the coolest stuff right there.
Man, it's just getting on the Twitter train is tough because right now, I think we're up to like 6,000 followers right now, but like majority of the people are from the United Kingdom. It's
Really?
wild, yeah. Like my demographic is insane.
I don't know so much of my demographic. I don't really like look into it like that. Like I should.
Yeah, you it's wild when you open it up. Like I had people like in Australia. I have like 20% of the teams like likes like on Instagram. Australia.
Well, right now I like it's like about 400 like likes. Not too much. I surprisingly don't have too many page likes, but only about like 100 of them are people I actually know.
Right.
Which I'm like baffled at. That like 25% of the
Right.
likes are just people I know, and the other thing people just
random.
want to know what's going on with people in Fall
Right.
River. I love that. I know people that moved to Arizona, moved to Florida, moved to like all these places, and they just want to know.
They
Like,
have the hub now.
see
You
what's
are the
going on?
hub. Of Fall River.
I hope so. That'd be
Oh
cool.
my.
Well, yeah, just like that. Like that's the vision, I guess, if you would, like being just like Joe Rogan, exactly the way he does it, but instead of this Hollywood world and this, I'm doing it with, people from Fall River.
Right.
Same exact way. Everybody's different. You guys, from you and Derek. Derek's a comedian. Justin's a football player. Who the fuck? Oh, Nate. Nate's a real estate agent, and you not only are you doing the Smack Talk thing, and you guys own your own show. And huge motivation for me, like so much insight and help they gave me. But you guys are great friends and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
It's I love it.
Same.
Have I just want to like cause I don't want to really cause I don't know if I can get in trouble for that, for like almost like a defamation because this place is somewhat of a business and somewhat of another show and I don't want to deal with this place, so I'll just do this in.
Legally.
Dry snitching.
I love it already.
A media company that comes in Fall River, who is desperate for attention. Oh, I'm bashing you, buddy. Who is desperate for attention, for followers, for just somebody to take them to the Cove and get a beer with him so you can notice he just won't. This guy won't let up his high school dreams. And he hit me up asking if I actually reached out to him like 5 years ago. He was doing this radio show. Might have given it away right there.
Let it roll.
He was doing this radio show.
It's very general.
And Dave Pell, shout out to Pelletier, was a part of a sports broadcast team. And this is when MMA was real. I wouldn't even say five, probably even longer ago, maybe around like when I was 22, so very young still. Yeah, I'm old.
Sucks.
I reached out to him, told him I could really do a lot for MMA. Like I told him I did, and it was weird because I feel like I was kind of cheesy with it, and this guy didn't know me. So when I'm telling him like, hey, I know a lot about MMA. I got a huge IQ in the game. I know a lot of people. Like I really could help your show with the MMA side. And he hits me back up, and he's like, oh, I'll get back to you. He doesn't say nothing else. So I'm like, all right. Whatever.
Right.
I want to say so much more because I actually have a history with this guy. For this guy that tried to big time me. And for the record, I'm pretty sure my buddy Albert is gonna bring him up next week. So you guys will find out what I'm talking about next week. I do have a history with this guy, and we have a connection, which is Val's gym. So it's almost like we're playing Clue here.
Closer and closer.
So we have a Val's gym connection. He actually mentions it in this biography documentary about his brother. Ooh, we're getting hot here.
Warm.
If you guys haven't got it yet, I don't know what's wrong with you. But he mentions being at Val's gym, and it was the same for me. Like I remember going to Val's when I was like 9, 10 years. This documentary he's talking about. I remember being there, like what he's talking about. My buddy's gym. We would go and we watch boxing matches, and I'm like, yeah. I remember that. Like I used to go there. I was there for the Holyfield Tyson fight. I was there for so many Oscar De La Hoya fights. Val used to have a big screen.
Yeah, right in the front.
So this guy tries to big time me and just like brushes me off like I'm just somebody trying to fucking blow him. For me to get, it's like nah. I just want to talk about MMA. I just want to do this.
Right.
Like
right.
I want to like I think I would be good at it. Like I have a lot of friends. I know a lot of people. I think I'd be good for your radio show. And he brushed me off. Just like that. I'm like, all right, whatever. Years go by, almost a decade goes by. I go down to the Click, which I'm not a fan of, because I already know it's nothing but douchebags down there. he's there and he's talking to, well, actually, I'm there first and I'm talking to a bunch of my female friends. He comes in, mind you, he's double the age of we are, if you guys haven't figured out yet. And just, like, you know, I'm talking, we're all having our conversation, he just butts in. And I'm actually being nice to him. I'm being very courteous to him. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Johnny. And he's like, who are you? Oh,
Bro, why?
He fucked up.
It was at that moment.
Yeah, right then and there. I went home. I even called Pelletier. I told as soon as I came home the next day, I told Pell what this fucking guy did. But yeah, he did it again. This fucking guy, and I'm looking at him like, you needed me, first of all. You failed show. You have 2 failed fucking shows, like, on your portfolio. You can't fucking put up 50 fucking views, like, all that stuff. And you're going to try big time me like that? Now, at this point, I had absolutely no intent. I think I was already on your podcast. I'm not sure. I had no intentions of doing this.
Right.
I wanted to do it, but no, not my own way. Like, this was a lot for me. Like, I would never thought that I was.
Took a lot of planning.
Yeah, I would never thought that I was going to have this, like, in my house. Like, you know what I mean? And the way this is all set up right now, this is, like, almost a dream come true.
Yeah.
I told you about the vision. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you were really big on me all winter long. Like, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? And what did I always tell you? Like, it's not ready.
Yeah.
Like, it's not ready.
You wanted it prestige.
I want to do it the way I did it. And I feel like if this guy listened to me, like, we could have been great fucking partners. Could have been really big for him.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's going to stay this way for me anyway. And this guy, where was I going with this fucking douchebag? Did that, and and not only did he fucking big time me twice and brush me off, but he ends up hitting me up 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah. He says, hey, blah blah. I'm a former Durfee guy who loves to relive his childhood from 40 years ago. Giving me this whole rundown. I think what you're doing is great. I think I could really help you.
How the tides have turned.
Oh my god. I fucking can't stand it. I want to say his name right now and just tell him how fucking trash he is. And he is trash. So if you guys haven't figured it out, yeah, I'm still not going to use his name, but I will tell you that he has a domestic charge.
Pipe bomb.
Fuck his fucking show. Say it nice and loud. I'm sure the comments are going to fucking blow up who it is. I've had this conversation with a lot of close people. As you were the good side of the motivation to this show, he was the fucking bad side. He so pushed me to do this just to kind of even say this, even though I'm not saying his name, because I know this fucking cocksucker would probably hit me with some defamation. Like, you know, I know he would, because he's jobless.
And he...
Man, I love roasting this guy. It's fucking easy. But speaking of job, man, I started bartending.
Yeah.
And it's been so fucking fun. Shout out to Shannon and James Primo for their bartending school. You know Primo?
I do not.
Well, you know, obviously, what are these? Shane Raposa and all those guys.
Yep.
So their cousin is Shannon. And they have a bartending school, and they taught me, and it was great, and they changed my fucking life.
Bro, yeah, you've been literally super thrilled and, like, 100% all in on what you're doing.
I love it, man. I really love it. Shout out to Joe Gouvier, too, and everybody at Tonic, man. They've welcomed me with open arms. Even the customers and the regulars there, everybody's been so cool. The staff there, I can't get over it, how much I like it. I love it so freaking much. And maybe a certain radio show host should go to bartending school and get a fucking job. Oh, I'm gonna bury this fucking man. And we talked about this off. Yeah, it's just one of the things that I didn't even mean to do that. Danny Botelho has absolutely nothing to do with the guy I'm talking shit about. Like I said, a lot of people are waiting for me to talk shit like that and do all that stuff. And like I said, I don't want to drag people into this type of drama. I don't want to drag people into this stuff. I do you know what I'm talking about yet?
Nope. Not yet.
I'm gonna show him a picture. Yeah, I'm friends with him. I hate this guy's guts. I'm surprised you don't know what I'm talking about yet.
I had an idea.
Can you see it on my phone? We'll do a quick one. Oh. Is that defamation?
I don't think they saw it.
If you assholes freeze frame that, go frame by frame and find out who it is, that's on you guys. Be fucking dissecting my Easter eggs. It kept me in
Blow it
trouble.
up. Oh man.
Oh my God, this is one of them. If you guys, little thing I'm doing now, if you guys haven't noticed the back, is I got my YouTube channel going, and that right now is one of the funniest men alive, Derek Vendina, and this is one of my favorite clips ever. He's just being Derek. Has no idea I'm recording him, because this was just like, obviously I've.
He's suave. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
he's got his Ray-Bans on, drinking, and he starts doing the Cherokee bottle blow there. It's a great video. Also, speaking of YouTube, make sure you guys go subscribe and follow the boys over there at SmackTalk.
I appreciate that.
Oh, you know I'm gonna obviously tag you guys and show all your cool stuff, man. Yeah. How did you come across you guys are obviously all friends and been friends, but how'd you come with that set of 5? Because because I got my boys, and they do not want to come on camera. There are some that want to come on, but Costa has no intentions of being a guest.
Right.
But he's gonna be a guest. I got a birthday podcast coming up where I'm gonna
Deservingly so.
I'm gonna make one of my boys, all my boys, if I could, come on here. But how did you get those guys?
So, we first started with. I just texted Matt out of the blue. I was like, bro, like we literally just text each other about wrestling, how we want to make it better, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I know. I was like, let's just get something together. Like, so the whole thing started with, let's just like throw a Twitter out there and we'll do blogs. Like, we'll just write. And so that came about. And then Tim O was always big into it. So we're like, all right, we threw Tim in it. Now, that was like the start, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks went in, and we're like, man, there's just like too much wrestling and not enough people that want to like talk about it besides us 3. And then Matt's brother Brian came in it, and he took it he took it 100 miles an hour. Like he came in, he was like, you know what, I'll just start getting the rumors for everybody. And then we noticed like podcast shows were getting a little longer, so we're like, BA, you want your own rumor mill? Like, damn right.
Well, they all have that little like side like gigs. You know?
Yeah, like he ran with the rumor mill. At one point, me and Tim, we were talking because this one, right around when Rhonda came back in, and she brought the MMA type, Brock Lesnar type, and it kind of re-sparked a little smack talk that we wanted to do, which was like MMA related. So that's when we brought you in, because we see like the tide shifting where football players are out. We're getting more skilled athletes.
On that podcast, I made a prediction that Khabib was going to be world champion. That's why I make that clear.
That is very true. That's very true. That's on a YouTube video that we have on our page, for sure. And we wanted to do some more of that.
I was so nervous for that.
Why?
I was so free because that was my first time. Even now, if I were to go live, like right now, like I know this is going to go out. I know fucking, thousands of people are going to see it. But it doesn't feel like pressure. It just feels like I'm talking to my buddy, and I do sometimes gotta watch what I say and stuff like that. But I don't have. It's not like I really have a filter. I just gotta watch what I say legally.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is one thing that my smart friends reminded me. Like you gotta be careful. Like don't want to get
yourself.
hit. Yeah, you don't want to get hit with defamation stuff like that. So I am trying to pick my targets wisely, but. You could always DM me, and I will tell you who the fuck I'm talking about.
DMs are always open.
Yes. If I can't say it on air, I will say it on message, though. I promise you that. And not that I won't say it to his face.
Right. I know you will.
Because I will. That guy, I'll just put another little clue out there. He's like 300 pounds. I will slap you and run. You will not catch me. I am too fast. And if you do, I will rip your arms off and beat you over the fucking head with it. Look at the background, buddy. Look what's going on in the background. Look at your boy Spot.
What year was that?
This was only like a year ago. This is that's Evan Saber. He's a bodybuilder. Sup, Evan? He's I wouldn't say bodybuilder, but I said a power lifter.
Yeah.
I guess there's a difference in them. I guess I got to get one of them on the show to see find the difference between bodybuilding and powerlifting. And that's just me and Evan having a great sparring match.
So you put that, like, you said like you get nervous going live, but like you got tons of clips like this. Like this would get me more nervous to put out there and show everybody than me just talk to fellow people. That
I mean, yeah, I got like bad. I think even Corey hit me up about that.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, oh, you know, you got to do this. That's what it is about. You know, feedback and stuff like that. Like a lot of the clips, like it's just me doing something and people hitting me up about it. Like this clip right here, this is the Bernie. This is actually a very, very old video that Costa recorded. Costa had actually a YouTube channel before me that he took down because I was showing too many people. And he had a lot of funny videos of him back in the day when he was like 12. And we were going to parties. And I was just always putting on the big screen. All the, like Costa, I was so proud of his YouTube thing. It was almost like I wanted to be. I'm like, well, dude, why wouldn't you not show these people this? Like, you know, this is great. This is you, you know, being yourself. This is you being funny. Like, you know, and yeah, he took it down.
But bring it back to life.
I love this video, and yeah, man. Those I don't know if I'm gonna keep the TV with the channels in the back. It's distracting me. I love my. Please.
Oh my God! There's so many of you guys.
Oh man, that's the Bernie Hammer. So this is when stupid dance moves were coming out, and we thought we would make a dumb dance move. And this was you remember the Bernie?
Yeah.
Remember the Bernie? Yeah. We just pretty much did the Bernie with a little sleeve hammer, and we had a good time. You guys are into wrestling so much. You guys got like wrestling themes for your weddings.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I don't know how that happened.
How did that go over with your girl?
She
with
actually,
your wife? I'm sorry.
She actually was all in.
She seems like she's like cool with it.
She
and
was
stuff
like, "Let's
that.
do it."
Yeah,
like,
she was all in.
You can't take that back. Like she was doing the Shinsuke.
And this is when Shinsuke was the most over wrestler.
Oh yeah,
in everything.
That song popped, and it was just like.
And then you got Maddie.
Macho and Maddie Savage had
the DX one.
That one was fire. He had the green.
Brooke, Chantel, you guys are angels for letting these guys.
You guys are the real MVPs.
What kind of weddings Corey and Nicole gonna have? It's gotta be Macho Man style. Even though Maddie Savage, if they have a Miss Elizabeth Macho Man style wedding,
comes out.
You guys gotta get a lot of followers off of that.
Oh, we will. We gotta give him the right set of glasses, though.
You guys also go to WrestleMania, which you awesomely invited me to this year, but I couldn't.
So close to taking you, man. So close.
It did end up happening, and I really wanted to go. You guys go to the WrestleManias. You were actually in the WrestleMania Snapchat story.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best.
Do you still have that
days.
video?
Yeah, it's on my Facebook.
Nice. I am going to put that on.
Dude,
here.
that was incredible.
What you guys are about to see is a video of Danny doing a swanton bomb off of a truck.
Yeah.
Onto a nice drunk wrestling fans. One of a kind.
A stranger. I've never met that guy in my life.
And WWE was cool enough to put it on their WrestleMania Snapchat story.
Yeah,
so
that was
cool.
though. It was like Triple H, and then there was a 3-second clip of me, and I was like, I made it. People are gonna know who I am right now. But I told the guy, I was like, I was drunk, he was drunk, and I was like, hey, trust me. And he goes, all right, just lay down.
I see that stuff all the time too on the WrestleMania Snapchat. It's so cool to see you on there. All you guys on there. And you guys in the crowd, just like the rest of them too. That's the diehardest of diehard. Like, and that crowd is straight filled with guys just like you.
Bro, it's amazing. Like it's like cosplay at like Comic-Con. Oh my God, everybody gets dressed up.
I would dress up like the Demon Finn Balor.
Oh my God, absolutely.
I would go dressed as the Demon Finn Balor or R-Truth, but that would probably stir up some controversy. Can't do that as much as I want to. But he's a pretty easy gimmick to copy, though.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
Vocally.
Yeah. I was like, well.
So, what's it called? Now, again, I know you guys like doing your live thing. But, like, I got, like, a little bit of plans. Like, I want to go around the city, like, and interview people about the city. And about, like I want to, well, now that I'm a bartender, I haven't got to pull them plans in as much as I wanted to. But on my nights off, I plan on going to all the bars everywhere in Fall River. The nightlife needs to be brought back.
But it needs to be, like, the real nightlife. Like they're, like, the Fall River Facebook pages that will, give the spotlight. And it feels like it's, I don't want to say, like, too positive. You can't have enough positive. But, like, it's not really like the atmosphere. Like when you get in there, like, you want to know like what you're going into. Because a lot of people, I'll tell you, is it Scotty's?
Yeah.
When they show the fights and everything.
Yeah.
That place gets a bad rap. I don't know why. Maybe for me, I walked in there, I felt like just it was like a regular bar. I got to watch boxing. It was amazing. But like I feel like people like drive by there and they're like, I can't go in there.
Scotty's is cool. Scotty's an awesome guy. Like, and one of the main reasons I think I talked about this with Derek. One of the main reasons Scotty's works is because they don't discriminate, no matter what you're wearing. No, you know what I mean. No matter what you look like they there's no real dress code over there. It's great bar.
Yeah.
Like, you know 100%. What I mean. So obviously that is considered nightlife. Like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And stuff like, but I'm talking about like. We have too many. I wouldn't say we have too many because I like the Belmont. I like I like Cove. Like I like those places, but like there's not enough tonics. There really isn't. Like I said, Click should have been incredible, but because certain people wanted to hire, you know what I mean, like girls who couldn't make drinks quick enough because he wanted to get his dick wet, and not hire real bartenders, that place closed the fuck down. And not only that, like keeping it open after hours. You know, only being real, you know, picky and discriminative of who they let in after hours and stuff like that. I saw it on the reviews and stuff. Like, these are the reasons why places like that can't be doing that shit. Right. You know, just be by the book. Tonic is by the book. If South Main opened up more places like Tonic, I think it's Adiago's Piano Bar. I like that place, too.
That place has been there for a while, too.
Yeah, and it's actually making a good come up right now, too. Forever has so much potential. So...
Yeah, that South Main Street, that little part.
Because when we were younger, we had what Entourage, not younger, but you know, when Forever had a decent nightlife because you had Entourage, or Raw Martini, or Sky Lounge, Flaunt.
Sky Lounge, I like Sky Lounge.
Sky's different. Cool. Yeah,
you know, go up to
and
the
that
top
had a lot of
and
potential.
Yeah.
But it was just a Forever, like, you know, it had such a Forever feel to it. Like, just a lot of people that it didn't want to really bring. It didn't bring a lot of people from the outside.
Right.
There's a lot of Forever people there. But that was a good time. It was a good time to be in Forever. The nightlife was bumping. Like, you know, you had a lot of choices to go to. And then even, like, you still had your Scotties and your playoffs and your Mickey Doyles. Yeah. And, you know, like, Black Rabbit was always a fun place, too. But it's just too small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? JP plays the best music. Like, great music. He's a great DJ. Shout out to Matt Oliver, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Great DJs. But, like, there's no way for these guys to dance. Yesterday, it was techno night or house night. I got to have one of those guys on here to see if there's a difference between techno and house music. But it was obviously one of the two. Everybody was so cool. Like, the whole techno, like, house scene, the EDM people. Like, it was a packed house. Everybody was so chill. And it just showed the potential that it had. But I think that's almost another thing Forever needs. Places with genres.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, and if that had like a good techno, Entourage was just doing like all of it because JP was pretty much mixing everything.
Right.
He would do the hip hop, the classics, and techno, and he made it work.
That's tough too.
Yeah, it's weird how it happened. Like and then Entourage obviously closed down because of the dress codes, and the bartenders were good there.
Yeah. We got drinks speedy.
The bartenders were always good over there, but the dress code and. You know, getting really just a shout out to Scotty Medeiros and Joe Amaral. They put out a great video called My Aunt's Garage. You ever see that?
Never.
Bro, you are missing out, dude. The Whatever Bro guys put out a video called My Aunt's Garage, which is like a perfect what's it called? Back that up. It was a perfect replica of a night in Entourage.
Really?
Yeah, these guys. Scotty played the patron, if you would, and Joe Amaral played the bouncer, and they pretty much pointed out everything wrong with nightclubs in Forever in general. Like, we are Forever, we all work really hard, we just want to dance, have some drinks, and whatever we feel comfortable in.
Right.
Like, you know, like a lot of people don't feel comfortable in button-ups in the Cove with no music, like, you know what I'm trying to say,
right.
And all that noise and expensive drinks.
True.
These are places that need to like so anybody out there that has like ideas of a nightlife, it could happen. It just people need to come together.
You can get your own list with everybody that want to just tell you like what they would expect for their nightlife. Because it's true.
My idea of bar is just a bar with a wrestling ring in the middle, and then an octagon on the side of
Oh,
that,
Lord.
and then a boxing ring on the side of that, and it all going down, and everybody from Fall River just fighting.
I'll be the announcer.
In each ring, in each cage would be hilarious.
I'll be the announcer for sure on that one.
What's it? You guys go to the next Monday Night Raw or anything around here?
So I think they're having a Raw. I think it's September. We might be doing that. But
Gotta get a huge crowd to go over there.
yeah, man.
This is run time right now. Yeah, isn't that awesome?
You got good. These are good cameras. Just the two?
It'd be
Maybe
this
it's
one,
a
that
Logi.
one, and then I got that one up there. That would be my the eagle eye cam. I don't have that one on a lot, and then what other cam? And then we have the table cam over here.
That one's clear though.
So, yeah, that's just right on the computer and stuff like that. You would think a $1,300 computer that would come with a better camera. And it didn't. But this is one of the big reasons. Like I had computers and everything that I wanted to do was not working.
Right.
I had to get a new fresh computer.
Oh, the team. We were waiting. We're like, did he drop it yet? Is he gonna drop it? Now
Yeah.
that it's here, now we can ask what took so long? But I mean, we do know now.
That was one thing about turning down that guy's offer. It's like, why now? What the hell? I bought a $1,300 computer, all this equipment, all this stuff, even the decorations and stuff like that. So much time and so much work. We, you know what I mean? This could have been something, we could have been moving this years ago. But because of your arrogance to, whatever the fuck it is, you know what I mean? Whatever reasons, he does his things for. I feel like he does it just to meet different people, if you would.
Oh yeah.
And I don't obviously the whole female scene and shit like that. Clearly this man didn't have enough friends growing up and didn't really get girls and just loves this little internet boom. And just wants to use it like that.
Yeah.
And
100%.
and that's what I mean. This could have been a lot of help. All this stuff. I don't even know what some of this shit does.
I didn't know you had a soundboard thing.
Yeah, I got a sound board there. I don't like touching anything.
I wouldn't.
Casa set everything up. I don't want to mess with nothing. And it all fucking costs money, man. And I'm not even using these cameras and not yet. Anyway, they will be used so when we do the street
When
thing.
you're doing interviews, yeah.
When we do the street thing, we're gonna be using that a lot too.
Yeah. Are you gonna? Can you?
Bunch of mics.
Yeah.
Extra,
Can you hook up one of these mics to it though?
let me no, I actually. It's
Do you
in
have
the
like
box
a?
over there?
Oh,
Yeah,
swag.
I have one of those little clip-on mics.
Damn.
Yeah, I went all out. Which
I can't wait for the.
yeah, we have a good. I don't want to say it's the season 2 thing either, because I want to do it this season. But it just sucks because, the crew, is just, Costa's a busy dude. He's a great dad, and
Mhm.
especially around this time with T-ball and all that noise. You know what I mean? And kids having birthdays every weekend. My boy's a busy man, and I love it. I love seeing that.
Yeah.
And Leo is the same thing. He just bought a house. He's doing a lot of construction and upgrading to his crib. And it's just stuff like that. The crew's busy, so it's one step at a time. As much as I would you know what I mean? You say oh, you're not putting out crazy content and you're still getting views. It's I want to put out crazy content though. That's why putting up those cool things about Chris Jacobs boxing, you know what I mean, and Kyle
Yeah.
Gregory's story, putting up those things are just cool to hold me.
That
off.
was nice. Yeah.
That stuff holds me off.
Yeah.
That stuff satisfies me to put something out there that's still positive. You know what I mean?
100%.
I want to put out a show. You know what I mean? But everything's got to be right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Even right now, we didn't really and I just talked about this with Nate. I don't like talking to you guys about what we're gonna talk about. You know what I mean? I don't want to see you before we do this.
Right.
I want to.
Come right off the fly.
Yeah, I want it to be Derek, Justin, everybody that came on the show so far are all people that I haven't seen months leading up to this, but people that I reached out to come on.
Yeah.
And I like it like that. It's more natural. It's more organic. You know what I mean? You guys right now are seeing me and Danny see each other for the first time in a couple months. You know what I mean? Definitely conversating, always texting, because Danny's a big help for me. Even if it's
And
just
vice versa though.
even if we're just talking, you know what I mean? You do help me out a lot, man, because it's one of those things. I remember when I first started talking to you about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it in a month. I thought just that camera was all I needed.
Right.
I was so fucking wrong. That camera did nothing, absolutely nothing for what I wanted. You had to buy this camera, another one of these cameras over there, like, you know what I mean? Microphone. That mic wasn't good. I had to buy another microphone. Didn't like the way it looked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I had to go get a new table. All this stuff. It's
And your
but it
vision-
paid off though.
Yeah, for sure.
It paid
Your
off.
vision came through.
But moral of the
100%.
story was this was one of the what's it called, reasons I was always telling you, like, dude, I want to put it out. I swear. Like, if you guys didn't know, we are like 6 months behind.
I was just the reason why
This
I texted
episode
you-
should have came out in January.
reason why I was texting so much because I just didn't want you to not do it.
Oh, it almost happened.
I was like,
This
you
is what I
need to
mean
get
by
this thing
this is what I mean
going.
by you motivated me with it, because you were always texting me like, hey, you make sure you do, you know, whatever it was you were saying, whether it was make sure you do this or when's it coming out. It was one of those things like, all right, I can't back out. I want to do this. Obviously, people want me to do this. Danny let me go on his show, and he got a lot of views, and he's telling me that he got a lot of views and telling me I should do this.
Yeah, that
Maybe
was
I should
one
do
of
it.
one of our biggest shows at the time. You know, with people reach, I think we reached like 20,000 people.
That's
And
awesome.
that was going live once. Like it was incredible.
That's awesome. That's insane. Like, I do plan on, I want to do something cool when we hit 50,000 views. We're at, like, yeah, about, like, 20,000. Nate's video is doing very well.
Yeah.
And Justin Reese's video is doing very well, too. And this video is going to do very well.
Better.
I like, nothing against Justin and Derek and Nate, but I really did, like, grow up with you. We've known each other for a very,
seriously.
very long time. So this is why I feel so much. If you guys are already getting, they probably are sick of hearing me talk so much.
This
It
is
just feels
natural,
cool, yeah.
man.
It feels cool to talk to Danny and, you know, pretty much, yeah, catch up and see what's going on and let you guys know the true story. Because I really did let everybody know just now the true story of, like, the come up, not the come up, but, like, you know, the motivation and, like, the urge to do this. It was Danny and his boys and obviously my friends and all these people that said they want me to do it. Ooh. And obviously that fucking asshole that shunned me as if I was Lizzie Borden and I just killed my mom.
Right.
Like, who the fuck?
Not today.
Who are you? Like, it was like almost like, you know, really like reaching out to somebody for a perfect partnership, and it was really one of those things. Like, I think this would be cool for you. Like, this would be good for you. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
You were literally trying to help.
who you? All right. Well, who you gonna come on here? Like,
Right.
who you gonna have talk MMA? This 40-year-old guy who, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, and it's nobody that I knew. So if any 40-year-olds are like, who the fuck is he talking about? I did not know who the fuck he ended up hiring for his MMN thing. I know he did have Dan LePage for a little bit, but he had somebody else. It wasn't Dan LePage originally, and I was just so offended, because even what I did for the local MMA scene just on Facebook,
Yeah.
we're not even trying to, you know, nothing out of it.
Right.
Just want to
No, yeah.
promote my friends and, like, you know, show off, like, even fights. Talking about UFC fights, I just go through my memories all the time,
Dude.
and every single memory says 8 years ago. Talking about Rashad Evans, 8 years ago. Talking about fucking, you know this stuff. You know, Anderson Silva getting his fucking leg broke.
What a clip. I remember watching that video of you. I was like, damn. Like, you get some awesome reaction videos.
Yeah,
like,
that,
on the web. Like, right here. This one was a swag video.
This was actually sent to me by Kevin.
This one was a good video.
This was one of the videos where I was like, "Yo, Kevin, I'm starting up a YouTube channel. Can you send me that video?" And he sent it to me, and that was cool. But
that one caught fire too.
the UFC reactions video, those were, like, completely by accident too. Like, nobody was doing them, and I learned that those were the only ways I can get results of fights on the internet without being copyrighted.
Gotcha.
Is if you're not recording the
actual
actual fight and you're recording you guys' reaction. So it's exactly what you did, and it worked out. There's one. Oh man, but yeah, I do like my YouTube for stuff like
Dude, that's incredible.
that. Yeah, that video is doing about like 9,000 right now, which mainly negative. That video has more dislikes than likes. A lot of people are not happy about that.
Well, they all held Anderson Silva to a.
They make me feel like I'm the heel MMA guy. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
But it's
dude,
alright.
You guys don't see what I see?
It's all right because like I've gotten yelled at by hundreds of people because I said Undertaker should have quit like 10 years ago,
Yeah,
He's a legend. Anderson Silva, a legend. You can't talk bad about these
Did you watch
guys.
Super Showdown?
Yeah.
And yeah, I heard the match with him and Goldberg wasn't too great.
No, and Goldberg got a concussion, like a real concussion, and in the ring, try to play it off.
Well, when
Didn't
you're
work
that
out.
age, you know, sometimes taking the wrong step, you can get a
The
concussion.
problem is, though, hear this out. So, Goldberg is 52 years old, and he had that type of match. Granted, go back. Don't even use that because he was injured, right? Go back to him and Brock. Pretty good match,
Alright.
but it was quick.
He squashed him, if I'm not mistaken.
Goldust is 50 years old, and he probably had the match of the year when he just fought Cody Rhodes at AEW.
It was so good.
He's 50.
I wasn't a big fan of the end, and I did like. I just wish they would change. They did was it Crossroads?
Yeah.
They did Crossroads like way too much. Like that, I thought the ending was gonna be a little different. But
Yeah.
It was still a great match.
Like
and
from start to from beginning to
I always
bell
knew
ring.
Cody had it in him to be a great
Yeah.
star. Like that was pretty obvious.
When you started off with breaking the Triple H chair,
Like,
I'm all in, no pun intended on that one. I was like, here we go.
who's your favorite wrestler right now?
Right now, I have to say Andrade. I think he's one of the best.
I was big on Andrade when I went onto your podcast.
Yeah,
I was
you
very
actually
big. I
put
loved
him on to my radar. We knew about him, but you're like, this guy's got some special.
Yeah, I call him Lil Ruru because he looks like Rusev.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, he's pretty good. He's one of my favorites. Obviously, I love Ricochet. I don't want people to think that I'm Ricochet.
Not
That's
again.
a common misconception. I get that a lot. Ricochet, Jason Statham, and Vin Diesel.
Damn, those are nice.
I'm just trying to get a drink, people. This is not me. I'm not those guys.
Wait.
Oh, Danny, should we close it now?
What's that?
I'm trying to say we close it now if we have any more fun to talk about. So I'll edit this thing out, see what else we can get up in there. I mean, yeah, we talked about the origin. We talked about your motivation that you gave me anyway for this. We talked about the plans for the show and all the guys there. You guys, you know, you feel you have to have me on again, right?
100%.
All right, cool. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna feel so much more comfortable too. Who knows? Might even put Maddie in a sleeper hole.
You might be able to get one of those celebrity chops that would.
Or I'm sorry, $1 million dream.
Maybe.
Do that. Definitely gotta come by. So like I had a wicked lot of fun the last time. Like I really did. It was just cool. Man, maybe I'll go live one day on the net. I'll have you guys on here. We'll go live on
Yeah,
a fun
man.
one.
That'd be awesome.
Really fun. Maybe another next Brock fight or something like that when Ronda comes on. Have you guys come here. How do you like this setup? Do you like it?
I love the setup. I think
Thank you.
I
Like
think
said-
the wait was worth it because you got everything how you want it. And for me, when I did my studio, like every once in a while you'll see like a change in it, but like when we had our studio, it was
Tim O is the one that did the banner, right?
yeah.
Tim, not gonna ask you again. Make me a fucking banner. This is like the 9th time.
Yeah, we
But
got
not like directly. I've never told him directly.
No, no.
Just it's almost like three
Like
people. So now I'm telling you directly for the first time. Make me a
Everybody
banner.
gets one.
Yeah, this was all stuff that was just like in like my bedroom. As weird as that sounds, like my autographs. I got to.
The autographs are fire.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to meet a lot of cool UFC fight. Like that was my favorite one was Brian Stan up top left up there.
Yeah.
The Marine, and obviously Henzo Gracie right underneath him.
Yeah, that's
Henzo
sick.
was really fun. He was really like treating me like his friend. So
That's sick.
yeah, that felt incredible. Matt Hamill, funny story about Matt Hamill. I'll tell that real quick if it's right here too, right? On the side of my Taking Back Sunday autograph
Nice.
poster. That was a good time too. I'll talk about that after. But Matt Hamill, obviously, you know, he's deaf.
Mm-hmm.
So when we meet him, it's me and Costa, and he's looking at me just like weird. He's giving me this dead like stare, and I'm like telling him, like using my hands too, because I know he's deaf. I'm like, oh, I'm a big fan. I've been watching you since your college wrestling days. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, dude, I've always loved you. I think what you're doing is great. You're gonna be a champion someday. It's like, yeah. And it was like almost like he was trying to snitch on me. So he's just like saying, yeah, and he looks over, like, this guy smells like weed. And and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You can like smell better. Like, since you're trying to. Thanks, Matt. I took a cool picture with him. Maybe I'll post it up on there too. I took a cool picture with him.
That's hilarious.
He was funny. Pat Berry, actually met him with Costa.
That was recorded, right?
Yeah, Costa had it on his thing. We were just walking to CVS. We stood in Boston for the UFC fights, and we were just walking to CVS to get batteries for our digital camera. And then Pat Berry was outside of a bar, and it looked like he was just standing there, but he had his headset in, and he was getting chewed out by his girl. Like, she was flipping out on him. And then I'm like, hey, Pat, can I get a picture? And he's like, yeah, but he's like, I'm getting yelled at by my girl. I'm like, nah, it's fine. So I go and take a picture of him. He's smiling. Like, he's like, hey, but you can see the wire come down, and all I can hear is, you fucking piece of shit. And I'm like,
gotta go. Thank you.
Thanks, Pat. And then when we actually made it to CVS, Ben Saunders was in there.
Damn.
Yeah, we got back to our hotel. The first ever UFC champion, Mark Coleman, was getting into his rent-a-car. You know what I mean? Costa ran up to him, took a picture of him real quick. That was awesome. And then before we even met Pat Berry, we left our hotel room. We get into our elevator, and it's Vitor Belfort and his whole crew.
Oh, my Lord.
We go down like 4 fights. Scott Jorgensen jumps in. I don't know if you remember Scott. He has like kind of like the skin. His name's a bantamweight. Had like a skin disease there. Yep. Great fighter. Yep. Great fighter. He jumps in the elevator. Go down 2 more floors. Doors open. This black man is standing there, almost the size of the doors. It's fucking Anthony Rumble Johnson, and this is one of the biggest. Other than the New England Patriots, I was lucky enough to be on the field with them. Yeah. This was one of the biggest guys I've ever seen in my life. The biggest guys I've seen in my life. Vince Wilfork is literally, when you hear that expression, that dude's a house. Yeah, he's a walking house. He's so big. He's so tall and wide. Nate Solder, probably one of the biggest. Like, you know, it wasn't like he had weird like legs or weird toy. Like he was just a normal size, like normal looking person, but he was just huge. And then, yeah, him, fucking humongous. Like one of the biggest people I've ever seen in my life. Anthony Johnson, and we have that on camera too. He's sitting in front of me, and he's this fucking big. Wow. He's really like a wall in front of me. That weekend was a good time.
That's incredible.
But and Roy McDonald, his line was, there was nobody in his line.
Really?
Yeah, because he was like 20 at this time.
Yeah.
He was a very young dude. Nobody knew Rory, but I luckily enough knew who he was. I went in there and talked to him. And same thing with John Anik. Nobody knew who John Anik was. And I'm like, oh, dude, you do MMA Live on ESPN, like, which is on ESPN.com, because they didn't have a show at this time. Yeah. So you really had to be an
click
MMA
a link
fan,
into a link
to know who this man was. And I went. Took a great picture with them too. I'm gonna fucking put all these pictures up there.
Damn right.
But the Taking Back Sunday one. We met with Timmy Pereira. That was a cool time. We went to go see Taking Back Sunday in Boston, and it was a little Twitter contest. It was like, oh, look for a guy in a Newberry Comics T-shirt. Like, we really just stood up, and there he was. There he was. We walk up to him like, hey, were you from Twitter? He's like, yeah. He zippers up his jacket. He's like, stay right here. I'm like, all right. Next thing you know, we're backstage. We're Taking Back Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. At this time, I'm like the hugest Taking Back Sunday fan of all time. Like, so this was so insane to do, and this was probably like my 7th time seeing them in concert. Before Bamboozle.
That's
like,
incredible.
After that, I actually went to Bamboozle to go see him. Bamboozle was a great weekend too. I would imagine it was just like WrestleMania.
I would say it'd be on the same level.
Damn, I want to stop talking. Like, yeah, see, this is why I gotta stop putting all the distractions up. The more we're just talking about me and that.
That's cool, man. It works.
Oh man. This is. I also have like video game highlights too. Man, I got stacked videos on my YouTube channel. We gotta go to it. We gotta make that collaboration, bro. Like, I think that's what I'll do if I ever want to go live. Is have that collaboration with you. It's MMA Scrap Talk. I had that conversation with you, right? Yeah. And it's the same exact logo, and it's straight up brought to you by the guys at SmackTalk. Yeah.
Anytime, man. We can definitely collaborate.
I feel like it's not. I don't even want to say it like that. Like, it's the least I can do. It's like, dude, I want to do it so bad. Like, it'd be cool. It'd be like an honor. Like, if we could team up and do this shit.
100%. There was a dude that I met with through online, and we actually did a Periscope video, and that was legit one of the best things. Like, and we were just talking MMA, but like how it was going into the WWE. So That one caught a couple of views like right off the rip. So I know that it would be super successful if we get it together.
Yeah, I want to get you boys on here too. That would have been cool if you would have brought. That's the thing. I was always thinking about getting a couch in here too. Just have somebody sit in and watch, because you were actually the thought behind that, because you said you wanted to come check it out, and even if you could sit down and watch.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you know that's a good idea, to have like somebody in the background. I really do hate that I've recorded all these episodes on my own. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it, Costa's busy. These guys are busy, and I gotta do it. And I don't gotta do it. I want to do it.
You want to do it. That's the best part. It's like when you actually want to do this stuff because you love it. Like you generally love doing it.
I really do love doing it. I've gotten really cool feedback too. Like that's what I like about it the most. Like yesterday, I was at the bar and Matty Medeiros came up to me right away. He's like, "Bro, you gotta put out another one. You gotta talk baseball." And it's like, dude, I promise you, I'm gonna talk everything. I'm mad at baseball right now.
Nah, we ain't doing MLB no more.
Yeah, I'm pretty mad at baseball right now, but we're gonna talk it all, man. And we always do jump to MMA on this show and stuff like that, because I fucking love it.
Always goes back to the core, and that's it. I mean, that's your thing. It should always go back to MMA because you can always tie it in somehow.
And another fun thing that people would be surprised that I like to do is I'm gonna be a part of the feast a lot this year. I'll be dancing in the parades and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna get my Holy Ghost on.
Bring it
It's the
back.
least I can do. Recommit to my Catholic community, my Portuguese crowd. I miss it, man. I danced folk off for 10 years. I was really good at it.
Have you done it since?
Drunk. Shout out to Michelle Casa, because she did it with me, drunk a couple times. The crew loves it. They think they.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, when it's not always her, but whenever we're doing it, they think it's hilarious when we're drunk and on point, snapping our fingers, clapping our hands. It's like, what? Like, yeah, you do it for a long time. It's almost, back of your hand.
It's like the Dougie. You never forget it, bro.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up, but again, you guys check out Danny and the SmackTalk team. Every Thursday they go live. And I only know that because I'm at work and I watch you guys while I'm at work. And my manager fucking hates it. But I never get out. I stay watching it the whole time, and I'll just be like, doing my thing. And I'll just be like, fuck Jericho. And just run away. What's up, Timmy? No, I'll be on my phone too. But every Thursday, check them out. What time you guys normally come? Around like 7, 8, right?
Roughly 7.
7, 8. Check out BA's Rumor Mill. It's Brian Ag, yeah.
Yep. Inside of BA.
Inside BA. That'll be on Mondays. Yeah. And then obviously follow them on Twitter, because they're always posting super cool stuff. Not just wrestling stuff, but wrestling stuff, but more memes and all that noise.
Yeah.
So go follow them all on Twitter. Go follow them on Instagram and all that stuff, especially Facebook. Give them a follow. Go check out my video on their podcast, along with everybody else.
So
over
when this
there.
video drops, I'll make sure to pin the video that we were all in.
That'd be great.
So that way it's right on the top of the page.
I mean, I think this video is gonna be the biggest one. I'm not like a musician, and I say that to every crowd. I swear, you're the only person I've said that to.
And I'm believing it.
All right, everybody. You guys have a good week. See you in a couple, hopefully in 1 week. Oh, yeah, Albert will be here next week. And so everybody that's still sticking around watching this right now, Albert Souza, also known as Emilio Bullet, will be here next week, and we're going to talk mad shit. If you guys thought, you know what I mean? If you think that was, bad, all the shit I talked just now, next week is going to be a little bit more intense. So I'm going to cut this so I can do some editing, because there's a lot of shit you guys can't hear.
True.
Too much talking about me, and because I forget. I'm telling you, there was times I was really forgetting that we were recording.
It's
I was
the best
really
way.
just talking.
That's
to
when
you
know it's organic.
Yeah, catching up with you and letting you know, like I never really got to tell you the stories about the autographs. As long as we've been friends, you didn't know.
Yeah.
That Matt Hamill story is fucking awesome.
That thing is amazing.
You guys smells like weed. Like, oh yeah, huh?
Got a better sense.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So yeah, that's the thing. It's not even so much talking about me. It's more like promoting the YouTube channel. Like I want people to go see, because a lot of this stuff is on my YouTube.
Right,
a lot of this stuff is on my Facebook videos and all that noise. I try to stay with the same core group of friends and the same, person. I want to stay being the same person. So you guys never mix it up, but you can't see my growth
That's
through YouTube and stuff like that. It came a long way. me and Costa and the boys, and I think you and your boys are just that like little spark, that motivation. And one of the big things too is like, dude, I don't want to cram up the internet space, bro. This is you guys' thing.
No,
You know what I mean? But when it was almost getting your blessing, like, dude, you definitely do it. That motivated me. Like, getting you guys' blessing that you guys were gonna give me that full support. It's like, fuck yeah. Like,
The reason why we got,
that's awesome.
we knew how much how passionate you were. This was honestly
A long time.
we needed this.
Yeah, I think Forever needs a show like this. So I know there's other podcasts out there too, and I don't want to like make it seem like nobody else is doing this.
Yeah, but if
But
they do
I'm not
it
out
right.
here trying to promote rappers or, talk about stuff like that, and I'm not some fucking fat Durfy dude, talking about his high school years.
Fuck 'em.
Man, yeah. It's one of those things. It's like, man, I hope people like my stories. Like, I hope people like the things that I've been through, like good and bad.
Yeah,
But I won't hide it though. Like,
Right,
I'm gonna talk about the bad. I'm gonna talk about the dumb, stupid shit I did. I'm not gonna get too into it now because we're closing up.
we got more videos to
It ain't
go.
gonna be just about me meeting UFC fighters.
But they're entertaining.
Well, yeah, they like I said, they're all
You have
cool
a story for everybody you've met.
It's a weird memory.
It wasn't like, thanks for the autograph, see you later. There was something in it.
Yeah, well, as much as they should have been like that. They were supposed to be just like, hey, thanks for your... Like that. I'm going to put another cool picture up. I was actually stealing from Vitor Belfort when I was taking pictures with him, and he had no clue. So I walk up to Vitor, and he has like a bunch of T-shirts on the ground. He's trying to like flip shirts. I'm like, hey, Vitor, I take a picture of you. Remember me from the elevator last night? And he's like, yeah. So I put all my stuff down. Me and Costa lean in and take a picture. And then I look down. All my stuff is on the floor, but all of his stuff's on the floor too. I was like, yep. I started throwing his stuff into my bag, and then I actually showed up to the fights the next day with the shirt.
shirts on.
But at that time, I was a huge Vitor fan. I still am, even though I have a great reaction video of Chris Weidman kicking his ass. That's doing about 6,000. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry if I talked about myself too much, but
Don't ever be sorry.
I'll see you guys next episode. Thank you. Hit that ridiculous music track.
Nice.
Actually, maybe I'll put a wrestling track. What kind of wrestling songs you like? I'm putting on Shinsuke. Shinsuke.